Oh, you... Fuck. There we go. Hey. No, what? In what world does that kill me? Huh? Navia Kid is cool, she just needs better number. I honestly don't know if that's the issue. The issue with Navia is that she's just not... Her design just isn't... Her kid design just isn't it. Like, making her an attack scaler means that you have a very strong incentive to play her with Bennett, and the lack of a character that actually works really well as a last slot in her teams means that you're very incentivized for the last slot in your team to just be Xiangling. I wish she was either a defense scaler or there were more units that were designed to work well with her. Right? I would much prefer that. What is the other two slot? I think it's gonna default to Bennett Zhongli most of the time. But, yeah. There's also potentially the issue that you really want to use your burst, but the burst does kind of shit damage. And if you're playing with Zhongli, your particle generation takes a pretty big hit anytime your pillar is getting destroyed. So you might have to run higher ER because of that. It's kind of cringe. Why Zhongli and not Albedo? Because, I mean, you can use Albedo if you want. They both work. Navia, Farina, Bennett, Albedo seems decent. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think after having tested a bunch of teams with Bennett, Farina, I really don't think it's... Even in teams where you can swap a lot, I really don't like it. The problem with Bennett, Farina is... When are you healing? Like, okay, you... Farina EQ, then Bennett burst, then swap into Zhongli to get some healing, then swap into Farina and stay on her for a little while to get some healing because she has pretty high max HP. Then back to Bennett to get healing on him, and then you go to Navia. And your Bennett buff is basically expired. It's doable technically, but I don't think most people are gonna actually do it. I think it's pretty, I don't know. Like, it can work, but I think in most situations you're gonna average like 100 stacks instead of the 250 plus you can get with other healers. Yeah, like, it's gonna be her highest screenshot damage. Ultimate Overlord's Mega Magic Sword. ER. Well? Well? We believe in you! Attack increased by 24%. That's not all! The support from all Medusins you've helped in Mercy Village fills you with strength. Based on the number of them you've helped, your attack is increased by up to an additional 24%. So it's 48% attack. Honestly, I like this. I like this a lot. I think this is very funny. The thing is, I don't know. I mean, I guess this would be pretty good for Beto, but it's not that good for Beto in Quicken teams, right? Because attack isn't as good. But that's alright, you know? That's okay. I think this is a nice design. I like this. This is such a good... Like, this is such a healthy weapon for the game. Like, one of the biggest issues with Genshin right now is how much they're trying to, like, separate the different gameplay experiences, where it feels like a hub with a bunch of different mini-games, rather than one actual game. And shit like this that encourages some overlap in the different parts of the game you play are very good, I think. That's slow, what the fuck? That is slow. Oh no. Yeah, that looks like it's gonna be omega clunky. Attack hits 0 for only 4 seconds after E, I know. The E animation looks cool. Like it. The burst animation looks funny as shit. Does it not have a maximum range, or what? I'm confused. Huh. It's basically Gangplank, but there's no, like, outlined area. I wonder what the range is. I wonder if it auto-targets enemies if there is enemies, because it's not used against enemies, it's just used in an empty area. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. That's cool. Show us. You can find it on the League subreddit. I don't want to show this on stream. I don't want to risk getting DMCA'd. When the equipping character heals a party member, the Yearn effect will be created for 10 seconds, which records the total amount of healing provided. When the duration expires, the Yearn effect will be transformed. Oh, fuck. So it wasn't a mistranslation? Oh, no. Oh, no. You know what that means, chat? When the duration expires, it will be transformed into the thing that buffs, which means that for when you start healing for 10 seconds, this set doesn't do anything until after 10 seconds. It does not transform early if you cap it out. It just looks at you. Which means you're at most getting 1 proc of this per rotation. Isn't there a 10 attack or 10 seconds? That's for the second effect. But that only happens at the second effect, and the second effect can only happen after the first effect expires, after 10 seconds. That's the only trigger condition for the second effect, is the first effect expiring. I hope this is a mistranslation or whatever, because if it isn't, then this is just so sad. I hope if it's not a mistranslation, I hope it gets buffed or changed or whatever. Because, like, here's the thing, right? What's a character that gets, like, an insane amount of damage percent, an insane amount of damage percent, and crit? Let's say, right, literally the highest case scenario for, like, damage percent and crit, you're playing 250 ER Raiden in a Farina team with Maréchaussée. Okay? So your damage percent, right? You have 46.6 from Goblet. 0.4 times 150% from her passive. Let's say it's a max stack Farina. And let's say you have Kazuha. That's not happening, actually. Okay, whatever. You get 90 times 0.3% as well? No. Yes? Yeah. Is that it? I think that's it for now. Crit value, right? Actually, you have the catch. So that's another 32%. Crit value, 60, 62.2, 20 times 6.6, 24 from the catch. It won't work with Raiden. I don't care. I want to imagine a situation where you have like an insane amount of damage percent and crit, and assume you get all 10 procs, and look at how much damage that is. Okay? But also it will work with Raiden because it works on Elemental Burst. Plus 72 from the set. And multiplier, this square divided by plus 1. So your damage multiplier, right? Cool. If you cap it out, it can go up to 30k healing. 3% of that is 900. Multiplied by your multipliers from your damage. Multiplied by defense multiplier. Multiplied by resistance multiplier with an Animo unit. 4k per proc, right? That's about a little bit over 40k for your 10 stacks, which is like 2 clam procs. It's not completely useless, but it's not great. Like, what this is a clam equivalent for characters like Jean, characters like... But even then, right, you don't actually want to run this on Jean because you'd rather run VV. But, like, any sort of healing character that can't really work well with clam because they heal all at once, like Charlotte, like Mika, right, are gonna like this set because it is gonna be slightly better than clam. Isn't it Baiju's best option? Baiju's best option is generally Deepwood. But if you're playing solo Dendro Baiju, then sure. Yeah, I wonder how this works in AoE. I wonder if you're hitting 2 enemies, it takes away, it counts as 2 stacks or 1 stack. Doesn't the healing set give damage percent? So isn't it 900 damage percent? What do you think? What do you think? Like, come on now. But yeah, I don't know if this is actually better than Clam on Baiju. Because Baiju very much can get, like, at least 1.5. Like, he guarantees 1 fully stacked Clam proc, and the second proc is, like, almost fully stacked, and then procs after that are still an okay-ish amount of damage. I think they should remove the proc rate limit. It should just be 900 flat damage, however many times you hit for 10 seconds. That would be dank as fuck. Like, I'd be down for that. Or maybe like nerf it by a little bit, but remove the quota limit. So that there's actually like a more clear use case for it. But as is, it's like, it's not a bad set, but it's a very, very situational one.